Recording live from somewhere. It is the world famous TITT. It's home team in the motherfucking house.
No question.
It's Davis backwards and who? State your name, gangsta.
Philmatic 365, aka Kidless for 4 weeks.
Man. You know, a lot of people, if they were kidless for 4 weeks, they might be ushering in some new kids down the line.
No. This is Kentucky, man. This one and done over here, yo.
No doubt. Shout to Jazz. Shout, of course, to Princess Z.
Yeah, man. She about to be in Disney World, and by the time y'all hear this,
living the life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. But yeah, man, we are honored and blessed to be in this position to be able to do another episode of the show. We are moving right along, right towards 200, man. Good gracious.
Yeah, man. We do this, man.
Yeah. Big shout to, of course, the War Room Sports Podcast Network, Jimmy, Devin B. Austin, the Burtons, everybody that rocks with us through them, and then also is aware of the fact that, I mean, when you put all of our shows together, man, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Black Man Voltron, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's really, just to be a part of a team, be a part of a collective that's unwavering, that's, like doing
a super
it.
Team.
Yeah. Right. We all teamed up, man, to make a super team. So, salute to everybody there. Definitely salute to Mrs. Burton as well. Don't want to leave her out.
No doubt.
Turn the speakers up, money. It's the tissue and the tape. Let's get to it, baby.
Ha, kid. Fresh tissue and the tape.
Oh, man. So we have a lot to talk about. We haven't done a live show, talking our ish in a while. So it was only right that we get to it again. Our past episodes, we concentrated on 1993 for episode 193, and that was fun. It was good to reminisce. Good to get that nostalgia out into the atmosphere, and had some people, of course, get back to us and just say, they really appreciate it. Just taking a time machine visit.
No doubt, man. Shout out to the Licks who showed us some love. Pete Rock, Duck Down, of course, our brother DJ Rick G's. Into
the state. He was number 4 right there. The album right there, number 4. So of course, definitely we mentioned that during the show. Into the stage for his money, pound for pound. There's not a better album.
Yeah.
So
he let it be known. So shout out to Duck Down and Buckshot and the Beat Minus.
Yes, sir.
Evil D and 5FT.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Philmatic, let's get right into it, man. Let's do it. Let's not waste any time, man. We're gonna do a little tit for tat to start off. There's a lot of talk that's out here. Some of it, of course, is trolling, / clout chasing, as they say. Some of it is just
I don't say that.
people are bored. People just don't know what to do with all this information we're getting all at once. Who's the greatest Laker of all time, Philmatic? I know this doesn't personally speak to your accounts necessarily.
This is not even a real question.
We talked about this earlier, and people were like, when you look at it, I'm like, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll say this. There are players.
Well, let me throw this out here. Of course, when you look at the Lakers, there's 6 guys that really stand out. There's Jerry West.
Check.
There's Wilt Chamberlain.
Of course.
There's Shaquille O'Neal. There's Kobe Bryant.
The Bean.
There's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Captain.
And I mean, for all intents and purposes, George Mikan.
Nah.
No, seriously.
George Mikan gets the gas face.
But you know what I mean? Like
I feel you.
For all intents and purposes.
That's a different era.
I'm not gonna put Worthy.
What about Elgin Baylor? No love for you. Ain't got no love for the Big E.
And I did that kind of purposefully too, because that always happens, right? You could go through that first 5 so easily, And then it seems like Elgin, for whatever reason, he just gets no love
because he didn't win, and it was 100 years ago.
Yes, but
so those two things combined.
But when you talk about the Lakers, honestly, I mean, it's really those 6.
He's the only Laker without a chip. Like, I mean, like as far as like the Hall of Famers, and
as far as the names, yes. So it's like it's easy to just be like, oh wait, you forgot Elgin Baylor, and it's like, I mean, did I? I mean, yes, I did, but at the same time, it's like, you know, yes, I did, but did I?
Yeah.
So people are not even getting to that point. They're leaving Mikan, O'Neal, you know, Abdul-Jabbar, and they're getting right to it. They're getting right to either you're standing over here with Kobe Bean Bryant or Irvin Magic Johnson is your guy. And out of his own mouth, he said that Kobe is the greatest Laker on Mamba Day. I almost threw up when he said that because I was like, oh gosh, like here we go. Like I didn't think it was going to be something that we would talk about years later. I thought it would kind of be brushed away, but it's still a thing right now because of LeBron, because of the fact that he's there and people are like, well, now LeBron's the greatest Laker. And it's like,
he hasn't even played the game yet.
I know y'all are doing that to mess with the Kobe fans, but can we just talk about the fact that Magic Johnson is the reason why the Lakers are the Lakers?
100,000%.
30 years ago and now, like even now, like today, like he's
from the time he stepped on the court, as a Laker.
Yeah,
I mean,
literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
game-winning shot. I mean, like then he leads him to the championship as a rookie,
and his style of play, and just the
whole concept of Showtime.
Yeah, he made it theater.
Yeah. He was the pilot of that ship.
Yeah.
And I think I believe 100% Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Kobe Bryant are better basketball players than Magic Johnson. That's what I personally believe.
Sure. Okay.
But there's no way in no earth they're better Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers than him.
He just embodies.
He embodies everything it is to be a Los Angeles Laker. He's the reason why they are who they are. I mean, from wearing the weapons to just the whole what you envision. Like B. Johnson said. I think it might have been Spence. It was like he brought the stars to the forum.
Yeah.
Spence. I mean, he made it cool. He made it a thing. Him along with Larry Bird and the Celtics practically saved the NBA from tape delays.
And the crazy part about it was actually a coin flip that decided the fate of the league, basically.
Yo, that is crazy.
It's like when you hear stuff like that, it's almost disheartening because it's like we have a totally different history of things.
Magic could have been a bull.
Yeah, it could have been a bull, man. And it's like
it's not even Showtime. I mean, he's still a Hall of Famer. He's still Magic Johnson.
Sure.
But it's you don't get that rivalry. You don't get the
really
East West. You don't get Lakers versus Celtics.
You don't get money in Chicago.
Yeah, because they're not bad enough to be the number 3.
No.
Overall, what, 5 years later?
Yeah. Yep, 5 years later, 5 drafts.
They're probably chipping up 5 years later.
Yeah, I mean, probably. So it's just
and then maybe he ends up in LA, and then there's a whole different narrative.
Exactly.
So
this is just the domino effect of a guy like him. I go to say if Kobe goes to the Hornets, we're having a different conversation.
Absolutely.
Maybe he does actually break the scoring title, health permitting, but all of those rings and all that stuff, that's not happening in Charlotte, North Carolina, my man.
Well, here's what I think happens. I think one of two things happens.
Yeah.
Either they're so bad that they draft lottery again and they get somebody else to pair with Kobe.
Sure.
And you get that 1-2 punch.
Sure.
They chip up that way. Not 5 times, but they chip up. Or the first chance he gets, he rolls.
Sure. And I mean, it was a little bit different back then, but yeah, Shaq did it. So he could have done it at that point. But when you look at the history of the league and you just see how it goes, I mean, you look at all the titles. There's 17 in Boston. There's 16 in Los Angeles. I mean, that's already 30.
Y'all got 5. Bulls got 6.
But I'm just saying, when you just look at if you just want to just look at the big cities, the big markets, you're talking about Boston, LA, and Chicago. That's like 39 chips right there.
Yeah, and then what? Philly got 3.
Yes. I mean, like the Nationals are sure.
Yeah, Syracuse National.
But I say all that to say a team like San Antonio is never supposed to win a championship.
But that's the scenario that I'm talking about.
Right.
They had David Robinson through the lottery.
Yeah.
Then he gets hurt.
Yeah.
And so they're bad enough to be in the lottery again, and they win the lottery, get Tim Duncan, and the rest is what it is.
Right.
So that would be the only scenario I could see Charlotte, Kobe Bryant led Charlotte, possibly chipping up.
Sure. Definitely. I mean, yeah, they definitely could have, had the number 1 pick in 97, and then you got Duncan and Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
yeah. Totally different conversation we're having, but I wanted to address that.
There's no way Magic Johnson's not the top Laker yet. Yeah, like it's like the example I gave. Like Jerry Rice is a better football player, but Joe Montana is clearly the number 1 49er. It's not even a question.
Yeah, it's not close.
Yeah.
We have to have these conversations, I guess, or people feel like they have to manufacture these conversations because we are currently in the midst of the deadest time of the year.
Shoot myself in the face.
If you don't like soccer, or if you're not an MLB fanatic, you are not really feeling this time of year.
I've been a crazy soccer fan, like just trying to fill that need, just trying to feed the addiction of some kind of meaningful competition. This is normally my high video game time. Like I'm usually playing some type of quest game or
robbing and looting out in
digital thugging.
But here we are, man. What's a deader sports time? Late June after the finals or mid July?
Mid July is the worst.
You got like Wimbledon, like
because I'm not a tennis dude. Like tennis, the ESPYs kind of is like a bridge, but it really don't get popping for me until Hall of Fame ceremonies and
sure.
And then I feel like then we start getting ready for fantasy and
no question.
Madden.
Fantasy definitely has helped a little bit in terms of with the filling the void.
July is rotten. July stinks. If you don't like baseball, which I'm not a fan of. Other than October. Yeah, it's just like
it's tough. So what's a better summer show? 50 Cent's Power that came back on July 1st, or Insecure, which is coming back on HBO on August 3rd.
You mean that dramatic masterpiece known as modern television, known as Power?
Yeah.
Yo, man, the what's her name? Courtney, whatever the fuck.
Boom boom.
She has to stop mansplaining Power to me like I'm a 3-year-old man. Like the writing's not that good, sis. Yeah. That you need to explain it to anybody.
It's like, all in there. You can taste all the ingredients. Pause.
Yeah, like it's only 2 ingredients in it. Like it's.
She's like, no. She's like, no. It's a deconstructed.
It's milk. It is chocolate. You know what I mean? That's it. Like there's no nuance. Like, come on, man.
So all right, so are you going with just the simple fact that with Insecure, a lot of times with the comedies, they're like 23 minutes, and you feel like, oh man, that could Entourage, and we always felt like that. Like, man, if this was just like 8 minutes longer, if we could have got an hour, like
I used to always say that. And then I went back and watched some Entourages. They needed to be 22 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, because it wasn't. It was not that serious. But no, this is what I will say about Power.
Yeah.
I just trashed it for it not being the greatest writing.
Sure.
Well, and I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's many, but it is so entertaining. It's like a hot dog. Paul. You know that shit's not good for you. You know it's just outright bad, but you know they delicious.
But you need the condiments though. Like don't like I get on people when they say they love hot dogs. I'm like, you love hot dogs and condiments. You don't love hot dogs though.
No, I love hot dogs, but that's a
yeah.
I do. You know I do.
Yeah. I mean you do. You're a little different.
I gotta be Akil.
Yeah, we can't be talking about the dogs. I mean.
Yeah. But anyway,
but yeah, so you're saying there's gonna be a season 6 of Power?
It shouldn't be.
This shit should you see it going that way,
of course there is.
Yeah.
Like first of all them dudes
going around trying to get 50 excommunicated from the whole situation. They try to take his show from him. So I don't know.
No, he'll burn that motherfucker down.
And then reappear, right? Yeah. Insecure. I mean, there are times.
Insecure is it's an extremely well written show.
Yeah, no, it's extremely well written. I'll give it that. There are times watching it where I'm just like, okay, like I don't want too much of a inside look on a girl's weekend or a girl's trip or a girl's conversation. But I think they do a good job of bringing in the guys and at least making it realistic from that end too.
It's a healthy balance. I mean, you definitely. But it's a woman writing it, so you're going to get the woman perspective, and it's cool little insight.
Oh, okay. But by far, spoiler alert, there's nothing that's going to happen for the duration of this show that's going to be funnier than her getting busting her EYE.
Yeah,
there's nothing. Yo, dog. I mean, I literally
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. That was awesome.
Who was though? Like she knew she wrote it and she wasn't ready.
Oh man, that was genius, right?
I wanted to be the fly on the wall when my man read the script.
Yeah,
it was
he was like, oh yeah.
He was like, he probably was like,
yeah. He looked up. Oh, really?
No. This what we doing? You sure?
Oh man, yeah, that was great though. This is a great piece of television right there.
What is that? what special effects makes that?
Yeah, I have no clue. I don't know. Who knows, man? Craft services may whip something up. Cream of wheat.
Nah.
I mean,
vanilla icing.
Nah. That was great though, man. Shout to Issa Rae though.
Yeah, she took it like a boss.
And shout to Royce. We're gonna talk about him a little bit later, but he had one of the best lines of the year. He said he's about a freak away from having Issa Rae eat out Lisa Rae. That was
magnificent. Yo, if I ever see them like in a photo together, I'm gonna crack up.
Yo, man, that'll be great.
Yo, you know I'm gonna post it and I'm putting a line under it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to, man. Shout to Royce.
Yo, I wonder if there's a photo of them out there in the world. I'm horrible, yo.
He's been like prophetic here, man. I mean, he did the J.R. Smith line.
J.R. Smith, Joe. And
then it was kind of prophetic too, but it was sad too. He did kind of mention XXX a little bit.
Oh yeah,
one of his lines, and just talking about some of the things that have been troubling people on the internet and stuff like that. So I mean, Royce knows, man. Like you said, he's ahead of his time sometimes with the bars. But let's get to a couple more, man. What's more impressive? Jab, don't kill us, man. Jab, yo, shout out to the homie Jabari. We had these heated group chat conversations about rap and who's running rap right now, and we won't get into that now, but What's more impressive, Philmatic? Kendrick's Pulitzer Prize for Damn or 1 billion, not million, not 100,000, 1 billion streams in 1 week. What's more impressive?
How many people have ever had 1 billion streams?
No one.
No one.
No one. First artist to ever do it.
Okay.
And granted, we're kind of going an uncharted. Like streaming wasn't around when Thriller came out, so
True.
We're kind of, this is uncharted territory in a sense.
It didn't exist. Okay.
So
how long the Pulitzer Prize been a thing?
It's been around for decades and decades. I mean, it's definitely older than us for sure. So that's old. and no rapper's even been, although Nas, so affectionately once said that he was a Pulitzer Prize winner. Yeah. He didn't actually win one. Yeah. But if Illmatic came out tomorrow, he probably would get one.
Yeah, but that's tough.
It's a tough one, right? But I'm going with Pulitzer.
Okay. Here's what I say.
What do you say?
I'm going with Pulitzer too, because I believe for certain individuals, billion will be the new norm. For a very select few of individuals, I can only think of 3 off top. That'll.
So here are my 2, and Beyonce's not one of them. She had her opportunity, and she didn't do it so far. She's had a couple opportunities to do it. She has not yet. But Adele, if Adele came out with 32, however old she is now, that came out tomorrow, she would have 1 billion streams in 1 week. And then Taylor Swift. Those are my 2.
I was going with I don't doubt Beyonce. I think after coming off all of this, I think
not 1 billion though. Ugh. Although at Tidal, they do the
they'll make her no, but see that's the other thing, like holding her joints as Tidal exclusives and all that.
Right, that's really a big part of it too.
So
she has a little bit more invested in this, and
yeah, so like I think that hurts her a little bit.
And then also, like, people actually knew when Aubrey's album was coming out.
Yeah, like that also helps. So you got a chance to prepare for it, and see, you also had singles released, so those counted too.
I mean, these are 2 of the biggest. You look at chart success. Yeah. God's Plan is one of the biggest rap songs ever.
No, he's running the charts with that. Yeah. I mean, we'll get into that, but
he replaced God's Plan at #1 with Nice for What. So
that's still a musical achievement. The Pulitzer Prize was never meant to be for rap artists.
We can say it's never meant for niggas.
That too.
Yeah, that too. So Kendrick's checking a lot of boxes right now.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's been other African American individuals that have won Pulitzer Prizes.
Sure.
But it was definitely not meant for this art form. For this genre of the culture.
I got loyalty in my DNA.
And, and the shit that he's saying on that album. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
I mean, he said little bitch 47 times. So I like just the simple fact that is what's catching people's ear, and they're saying like, wow, that's profound. This, how he said that. It's a mix of Big Sean and Malcolm X. Oh, little bitch.
Sit down. Be humble.
Be humble. Yeah. So you're with me, right? You pull surprise.
Pull surprise, though. It's just because it's so.
And I don't know. And it's such an anomaly that they probably are like, all right, slow down. Like you said, like, all right, we can't be giving these out to every happy-go-lucky rapper that comes out. But let's keep it.
And see, here's the.
Like, do you think he set a precedent with it? Because I think how do you gauge it though? You know,
like I think, maybe it's like a rapper winning an Oscar, for best song.
Like, so you break the barrier. I get that, but it's like, do you set a precedent though? So it's like, if you say, hey, look, I did everything that Kendrick did, where's my Pulitzer?
it's not that cut and dry, because it's not a you hit these marks and you're going to win a Pulitzer. It's still up to their discretion. So you have to be the right artist at the right time with the right music in the right, stage.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot of variables and factors that go into it. Now the funnier part about Drake's Billion, which is amazing, but I thought he had already did it. Like I was like, I didn't even. Right. I wasn't even surprised, because I thought he had already did it.
It doesn't. It's like when you find out, it's like when you find out, oh man.
Like if I found out that he fucked Kim Kardashian, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, so that's what I thought.
Like, who hasn't? Yeah, but no,
I mean, they right down the street.
True. But no, the only receiver to have consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to begin their career. Like you would think like, oh, okay, like, oh, yeah, it's only one ever.
Yeah, because I know Royce had 980 something his first year.
Yeah, so. It's Amari Cooper. Like, it's not even anybody that's going to the Hall of Fame. He's not going to the Hall of Fame. So it's like
Moss.
Nope. Year 1, year 2.
Get out of here.
Check the stats.
No, hold on.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, he's the only one.
Like, I had to.
Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss.
I knew Calvin Johnson didn't.
And Quan Bolden. Nope.
I knew Quan did. He had like 100 catches though. Like he
had like 90 catches or something. 90 and 100 or something like that.
All right. No. Randy Moss, 98. 1,313 yards. 99. 1,413 yards. 2000. 1,437. 2001. 1,233. Yeah, he started his first 6 years with.
I didn't say the stat right then. Forgive me.
Yeah, I'm about to say I knew Randy.
Hang on. No, because it's
I know the stat you're talking about, but I don't. It's something. I think it's like a multiple of things, like a certain amount of catches.
Hang on, I'm about to tell you right now. Hold on.
Because I was like, I know Randy had to have, because the way.
So I just can't read. No, it is. He's the third player, so it is Randy Moss. It's him, Randy Moss, and Megatron.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Pitt's not in there? Forgive me, Randy.
Oh yeah, hey dog.
Hey man. Yo, are you going to T.O.'s Hall of Fame speech?
Yo, if I was, hey man, I just drove 10 hours. Actually, I drove like 20 hours in 30 hours. I spent in 30 hours. I spent 20 in the car. So it's definitely possible for me to hit Chattanooga. But no, I'm not going.
You're not going?
I'll watch it right on TV, like all 8 of my friends.
Yeah, you gotta miss me with that, man.
It's free too. No, like if it was closer, if I lived closer, I would go.
Yeah, no,
and like seriously, I did think about it, but I was like,
nah. It's gonna be a spectacle though.
Oh, I wonder who you think is a sponsor.
Like, man, it could be anybody, man. It could be
I'm thinking Dennis EA. Because he's on the cover of Madden.
Yeah.
The Hall of Fame edition.
That would be dope though. You know, initially when he came out and said that he wasn't going to participate in the official ceremony, I was like, oh, he goes again with the sucker stuff. But this is actually a hot idea, and I think it's something that could get some legs as the NFL starts to further and further put their foot in their mouth about stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the dudes though that are up for induction are not the most socially conscious, like LaDainian and Ray Rice. I mean, not Ray Rice, Ray Lewis. So you're gonna expect for them to get up there and like LaDainian said, you know, I'm biracial, I'm mixed, and you know, I'm probably going to FaceTime you at some point after Ray Lewis's speech, because I'm not going to watch it, but some of the stuff that he says is going to go viral.
Of course,
I'm not even gonna say anything to you. I'm just gonna look you in your eyes and just be like, "That's your man. That's your man. That's your man." Because you already know he's gonna embarrass you, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting for Eddie to come.
He can't help it though. Like
I'm just waiting for Eddie to come clean it up next year.
But no, that's how far gone he is, yo. He can't help it. Like there's nothing he could do where us as a community will walk away proud of what he.
Hey man, when you get away with murder, man, you just you just give it up.
Else.
Yeah, man, you're in another frame of mind, yo.
That's true. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about one more thing. You know, a lot of times, you know, with us being a male dominant voice here, you know, Tissue in the Tape, we definitely had G for a nice stint, and she was able to give us a good perspective on things, and you know, even kind of hold us accountable in a way that only, you know, a lady that you respect could do.
Absolutely.
There's certain stories that come across our feeds and our tables, and we're just like, that's interesting. And the first thing you do is just go to your male chauvinistic side. So when I heard that Tessa Thompson and Janelle Monáe were bumping uglies, I was like, man,
I doubt their bumps are ugly, but
which one would I rather have, just Dolo? And I was like, wow, is that a bad question to ask? Like, why does it always have to come down to that? Is something wrong with that type of thinking nowadays? You know, just automatically taking it to that, you know? First of all, what are your thoughts? If it's me for the Dolo mission, I'm taking Tessa. Do you agree, and do you think that type of thinking is like that something that a Neanderthal would do?
Double up, make all food double clutch, shoot at your feet, make I mean, gun to my head, if I got to pick one, I'm rolling with Tessa because I like dear white people better than I like you know, polka dots. But Janelle Monáe is like super. She's beautiful, man. She
really is,
and she's super talented. Like her performance on the BET Awards, she murked it. Nikki should be scared if she really wanted it, but that's a whole another thing. I guess it could be looked at as chauvinistic, but I believe it's something that women do too. Like maybe not with those two individuals, but if you got like a movie with two dudes, and like if I don't know, what's the cat-eyed nigga name?
Moore?
No, got you skewing mad old, son. Shamar Moore.
I don't know.
What's boy from the barbershop? Michael Ealy.
Okay.
So if
my wife calls him Andre Early. I was like, where'd you get that from? She's like, I don't know. He looked like his name's Andre, and his last name Early. I was like, Ealy? She's like, same thing. Andre Early.
well, Andre Early and Idris Elba, if they was in a movie together, you'd be like,
I'm with you.
Right. They'd be like, if you had to pick one, you know. So I mean,
yeah,
you know, so I could see, and I know it doesn't have the same kind of, you know, connotation,
right?
You know, as us doing it, yeah, it's different, but
because it's like, you know, the objectifying them and not looking at them for their talents and stuff, and you know,
I mean, I think they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
Actresses, and you know, I think Janelle's a phenomenal actress and musician, you know.
Yeah. You just toxic masculinity is a word that I'm seeing thrown around a lot. Shit. Right. No, me too.
That's as bad, man.
You know, toxic masculinity is something that we're seeing thrown around, and it's not just something that is reserved for the you know, for the White House, or you know, for Washington and whatnot. Yeah. It really is just with
there's levels though, man. There's I mean, saying like which lady you would, if you had to pick one, which one would you want? And grabbing the is there's
totally different.
Yeah, there's a large canyon between those two.
But they also, just in terms of us just having to say pause and no homo and whatnot, I don't care how toxic that is, man. It's there. Sometimes there just needs to be something to just let you know, like, don't get it twisted.
Toxic is it is what it is.
It is what it is in some situations.
I mean,
shout to 40 Water. No, I just wanted to just get your opinion on that. It recently was announced. They just.
I mean, we've talked about this, man. Some shit just sound wrong when it said, And
there's some phrases on 2K where it's like, oh man, why you just have to say D? Why couldn't you say defense so we could just get that? All the D is all the way up in there now. It's like, really? Come on, man.
And then
I know what you was doing.
Yeah.
Pause.
I was waiting for you to say it. Yeah, man. You know that white boy humor is just
right.
Like they can get that shit off because this they world, and
they don't have to worry about that.
Like, who they dad is,
right?
Like I mean, they dad the judge.
Right.
So I mean,
I've never. Rory is the only white boy I've ever heard say pause. I don't even know if MC Search says pause. He probably does though.
Cause MC Search is Rory's dad, yo. They both from Queens, right?
Yeah. Okay. I know who I paid, dog. Searchlight Publishing. Pause. Pause. So yeah,
you got a case. See, the only reason I would know that Rory really couldn't be MC Search son is because MC Search 100% had a black girl.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And Rory is
he does not even. Yeah,
he Irish white with red hair, yo. Yeah. He like an extra in the Brave movies.
Yeah, nah. Search would spit in your face if you showed him a picture of a white girl and say what you think of her.
You better get that Yakubian there. Shout out to MC Search, man. Yeah. Black cats are bad luck and bad guys went black. Must have been the white guy who started all that.
You already said the gas face, so
yeah, man.
All right, Phil. The most beautifulest thing that we saw for sure was
Tessa Thompson.
See, there you go, being toxic again. No, but man, Will Smith, who has a film production crew for his IG post. He's killing the game right now as far as social media.
Yeah.
And Jada's doing her thing with these red table interviews. It just feels like they're on the cusp of something right now. Something's going on.
Hey, Torre, you gotta step your game up, man. Will Smith trying to be my new life coach. I mean, you be dropping gems.
Hey, all praises due. This Friday, Torre and Praise.
Yeah, EP. Man. Oh, can't wait, man. You know,
can't wait for that. Shout to Tor. Shout to Kill Ripken too as well, who was just on tissue with the team.
Yes, vibes.
Vibes. I got a nickname courtesy of Kill.
Tor got the new project dropping. So you know that means Tor, you gotta
come back.
You gotta come back and see your player partners.
But yeah, as far as life coaching goes, he really is on that tip, man. Like he's giving out gems. And the Rap Radar podcast that's out right now. I mean, what can you say, man?
Yo, he had one of the illest lines. Yo, he said he's like, man, raising sons. He's like, man, it's easy. He's like, man, they got to do what you say until they can whoop you in a fight.
Yeah, that's facts though.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, he's just at that point in his life where he's just just thinking, and he's been like that for a while. Really, his whole 40s has really been like that, and it's good to just see. I'm excited. Although his last 6 movies have been like trash truck juice.
I can't.
Come on.
I like. Come on. I like the.
Don't do that, Phil. Come on, man.
I did.
Come on, man. Are you kidding me?
I didn't hate it.
Nah,
the Netflix joint.
Yeah.
Right?
I felt insulted watching that joint a little bit. I was like, really?
Now I see what they were trying to do.
Yeah,
and I think it's a building block to a much.
There's supposed to be something else coming out in
there's another one. Yeah.
Okay, so that one.
The other joints,
Collateral Beauty.
No,
I didn't even see that. Yeah, what?
I don't even know what that is.
Suicide Squad. I didn't see that either.
Suicide Squad was they fucked that up.
Yeah, it's DC.
I don't. Yeah, they had a layup and they ruined it.
Yeah. Concussion. Tell the truth. I didn't see that either.
That's one of the best sound bites though.
Focus. I didn't see that either, but that looked trash.
No. Focus is with Margot Robbie, right? No. Focus was actually good. That's when he was the comic.
Wasn't she in Suicide Squad too?
Yeah, that's why I said they fucked up a free lunch because they already got great chemistry. Like Focus was actually a good movie.
Okay.
Me and the champ saw that one. That was really, you would actually like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you gotta check that one out.
Winter's Tale.
No.
Yeah, come on, man.
2 out of 6. That's a
okay, and then just for good measure, After Earth.
No.
Yo, I wanted
that was the one with
yeah. Look, I saw it on HBO and I wanted a refund.
you called up your
cable provider. But anytime you see these 3 words together, M period Night and Shyamalan, and it's not 1999 and the movie's not 6 cents.
If Bruce Willis ain't in it.
Yeah, you can forget it, man. So yeah, man, his last 6 or 7 been not that. Men in Black 3, 7 Pounds, Hancock, I'm Legend, decent.
Yeah,
not bad.
Focus was good in Bright. I'm a reserve all of my judgment.
He just was on such a roll at one point.
Yeah,
with Bad Boys, Independence Day, Men in Black, Enemy of the State. Like he was just on such a roll. It was like, oh man.
It's like Jay. Like you get Reasonable Doubt, Volume 1, Volume 2. You getting all these great albums.
Yeah.
All the way through to the Black Album.
Yeah.
And then you get the Blueprint. You're like, okay. And then you get Blueprint 2. And you're like, you did too much. And then, he leave and then do the R. Kelly shits. And it's like,
right.
And then, so like I get like it's kind of
it's like doing the joints with Jaden. It's like you get why he did it.
Yeah. Like
but
the joint with
your sensibility is just like, no. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, he does have.
He cheated, so he had to do a movie with his son.
Well, I mean, define cheating though, because their definition of that.
Oh yeah. They got a whole different set of rules. So,
he has a mural in West Philly, which I definitely will be taking a bike ride out to go check out while I'm in the city this week for sure. I gotta see that firsthand.
Is all that,
man. Not too many people that are more deserving of getting that type of love. I think he's done a tremendous job putting
the original Mr. Philadelphia.
Yeah, for sure, putting the city on a map and definitely, just being a just a stand-up guy for the most part.
Do you still think he can make an album?
No, I do not. And the reason why I say that is just because I think his interests. I think. At this point, at almost 50, if he wanted to get back into that lane, I think he would really have to be on some like Pitbull.
Do you think he
Enrique Iglesias? You know what I'm saying? Like in that lane, like making like world / like club dance music type thing.
Do you think he can make an album if he has a writer behind him?
Yeah, I mean he's gonna have I think he could, but it just wouldn't come off the same way. And I don't think he wants to do 12,000. Like who's streaming his album in 2018? What's his demographic? Even if he gave you the illest Big Willie, just talking that talk, like. It's just like Puff, like with the last project, the Money Making Mitch. It's like, yeah, okay. Like he had like a lot of good collaborations and the beats and stuff. But it's like nobody wants to hear Puff for a full length album in 2015
without no party joints on it.
Yeah, it's just
I get you.
Yeah. For nostalgia's sake, it would be cool to see what.
I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying that like he would sell or stream or stream like
I think he's cool. I think he's cool with his music legacy though.
Yeah. But I'm saying, do you think he can even do it? Like that's what I'm saying. Do you think it would be
at this point? I don't, man. I don't doubt there's much that he couldn't do at this point.
It's funny. He never gets mentioned in that category for like the most talented dudes. Like I think maybe because he can't sing, but because it's always Jamie Foxx is like usually at the top of that.
Yeah.
Then
Triple threats.
They threw Donald Glover in there.
Yeah, he's in there now.
Yeah, like Will. I mean, because like he's a hell of an actor. But I mean, I guess he, since he can't sing, he's not the full. Well,
he plans to jump out of a helicopter on his birthday, his 50th birthday.
What in the Ricky Waters is going on,
There's some online collective that does daring feats.
For who and for what?
I don't know. I mean, it'll have like
don't Bungie's got to snap back. But helicopter and you jump in and then you go up and then now you Swiss cheese.
Yeah,
that'd be a hell of a way to
that would be a way.
He would go out.
Was it Hillary and her husband go out like that? Trevor. He's Bungie.
No, the chorus.
Hillary, I love you.
You married.
Yeah.
The chord was too long.
It's terrible. So yeah, man. Shout to Will again. His Rap Radar interview is.
We might have to call this style Big. We might have to call this episode Big Willie style.
Big Willie style.
Pause.
Pause. Yeah, but no.
You're a child.
I am, and it's all right. Yeah, I'll be paying attention. I'll be looking forward to see what.
I don't want to see that bad happen to Will, man. That would be
ain't nothing happening to Will. He's straight. He got life insurance. Phil.
Yes, sir.
We just talked about toxic masculinity, but I just wanted to talk about 4 women really quick. We like to give the ladies some props. The tissue cares, don't nobody else care. Did you know that there's only one female writer on the critically acclaimed best show on television for a lot of people's money, Atlanta?
Not surprising.
Her name is Stefani Robinson. She's 26, so she's very young, but her mind is old.
Things get for real. Her warm heart turned cold.
She does a lot of consulting on it, but some of the storylines that you saw in season 2 revolved around Van, and the Champagne Poppy episode comes to mind. They even took an excerpt from that Champagne Poppy episode to put it on Scorpion. But it's a misconception that she's just writing for that character. No, she's writing for all of them. So it's not just her just talking, for the ladies on this.
She's not just the voice of Van.
Yeah, she's interjecting when Bibby is going to the job site. When yeah. So when all these things are happening, just know that there's also a lady that has a seat at the table, and Donald Glover really. He really appreciates her voice, and I thought that was cool for her to be able to get recognized like that. So shout out to her. Someone else I wanted to give a shout out to, Mara Brock Akil. If you've heard her name before, it may be because you are familiar with such TV series as Girlfriends, The Game, which was a spinoff, and then of course Being Mary Jane. She has.
The Game was a spinoff of Girlfriends.
Yeah, like somehow towards the end of Girlfriends, like somebody knew someone that played professional football. It's a loose spinoff. Like it's no one. It wasn't like one of the girlfriends ended up being like,
got you.
You know, but yeah, it was like a loose spinoff of that. Anyway, The Game and then Being Mary Jane, which from what I've heard is actually really a good TV show.
Shout out to Nikki Union.
Nikki Union. But now Mara has a series coming out on OWN. It's called Love Is. It's starring William Catlett and Michelle Weaver.
Yeah, I saw the preview for it. It looks pretty good. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna wait and hear reviews or I'm gonna just go in.
I normally try to go with the pilot, see what it's hitting for, and then see what exactly.
That's a great way to do it.
Mm-hmm. One thing that might actually get your attention is it's set in 90s LA, and there's a lot of R&B and hip hop from that era that's going to be sprinkled in there. Her husband is actually the showrunner for Black Lightning too. Nice. Akil. So they got a whole lot of TV checks coming in. So salute to her.
That money.
Looking forward to this show, man. It's not a lot on the OWN network that I feel like I'm looking forward to, but
you don't watch Queen Sugar?
Nah, man. You know what? And I actually tried. I watched 2 episodes, and I just wasn't compelled to keep up with it.
Yeah, I think we watched a good amount of them, and then just
like I get it, but if you're just like you could watch the Jaguars and the Panthers, preseason.
Yes,
like
can't wait.
I could watch the Jazz and the Magic, Summer League versus watching, Queen Sugar. So there you have it.
Gotcha.
But shout to Mara. Looking forward to this here and hoping that the show is good enough for us to check out. Nashlie Sephus, she is responsible for Part Pick. It's a startup app that was picked up by Amazon. It's really making a lot of noise. And basically what the app is, what it does, it finds replacement items and parts in a manner that's very easily, conducted on your phone. Amazon, they're all about
Bezos
being on the cutting edge of stuff, but basically they're using algorithms and prototypes to identify and measure replacement parts in a picture. So it's like if you have like a screw, right, and it looks pretty specific, you could take a picture of that screw and then it'll put it into the database and find exactly where you can find a replacement part for it and make it easy for you to find on Amazon.
Oh, nice. Yo, Bezos is gonna be running all this shit. Yo, he's the new, like every few years there's a name that's synonymous with everything rich.
Yeah.
Like when we were young boys, of course it was Trump.
Yeah. Warren Buffett.
Bill
Gates.
Bill Gates was the longest running one, probably. Steve Jobs. Yeah. Elon Musk had a little short run, but Bezos is the clear cut dude.
A lot of people didn't really learn about Bob Johnson until he bought the Bobcats.
Yeah,
and they were like, man, who is this nigga? And it was like, no, he's a black billionaire. They actually do exist. And the people were like, word. It was like, yeah.
But I'm just talking about synonymous with what, like.
But you know what I'm saying though, it's crazy because the titans of industry now they're getting a lot more publicity, like you're saying, we know a lot more of them just based off of the fact that we're in this information age where people there's a face to the money in a sense.
Like Paul Allen was the second richest dude in the world for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you'd have walked right by me. I wouldn't.
Right, exactly. But yeah, so you're saying,
hell with Steve Ballmer before he bought I mean, unless you was in that world,
right,
nobody knew.
So you're seeing Amazon take chances or at least get in on the ground floor with such companies like this, like Part Pick. the co-founder, she's a Black woman as well, Jewel
Nice.
Burks. So you know what I'm saying? Like there's so much that's going on with it. They have two co-founders, Jason Crane and Jewel Burks. And then of course, again, you know, as far as from the CEO part of it, the brains behind the whole operation is Nashlie Sephus. So big shout to them. I'm looking forward to learning more about them.
Yo, I could have used that like a week ago because I had a fucking little screw that was shout out to Little Screw.
Little Screw.
I had a Nicki Union boyfriend that was missing out of my chair, and I definitely needed a replacement joint, so I found it. But but yo, one last thing before we go to the that was the third lady, right?
That was third. We got one more.
Yeah. So before we go to the fourth lady, my hot take: there's 31 NBA teams, right?
Yeah.
Number 32 is going to be Seattle.
No, there's
31, right?
No,
it's 30.
30.
30.
Because 16 make the playoffs, 14 don't.
Yeah. So all right. There's going to be two more added. One will be in Seattle. It will be owned by Bezos.
There's absolutely no way that happens. It's adding two teams?
Adding two.
No way. Why would they add two teams?
They got to get Seattle in there, and they got to keep it even.
Okay, so they just wait for New Orleans or Charlotte or there's Memphis. There's a few teams that could easily fold. I think that's what they've been waiting for. Like I agree, they're definitely clamoring to do it, but I don't think that
they want to expand anyway.
Yeah, I just don't think expansion is
it's not the right way. But when did they ever listen to
us? I'm saying they would rather have Memphis finally just pack it up and just move to Seattle. That's an easy fix.
There's a lot of money in Memphis though that's holding on to it.
Yeah. It's a hub, and it's kind of in the center of the country, believe it or not. Yeah. They're playing the FedEx Forum. I mean, I could see that just adding two teams would just be crazy. That would just be too much.
Yeah, I don't even know where you would put the other one.
Yes, Seattle in the next 5 years, if you told me Seattle has a
St. Louis, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. That portion of the country is kind of vacated, but even still, it's still kind of that's still.
Yeah, they lost football. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh. Nah. What? They couldn't support basketball.
Nah. It's just, but basketball is such a tough one, man. Like even when Hampton Roads was trying to get it done, they were going to take the Kings or try to get the Kings. It just.
I think it would work here but the politics here prevented it. But I think the people would go.
They would get behind. Yeah, of course. I mean, if you got LeBron coming to your city, of course you're gonna go. But yeah, it's just so much red tape.
You know the politics here. So
yeah, so much red tape you got to get through just to just even get that going.
The NBA, nah, man.
Yeah, man, please. We don't need no protest situations going on. The last young lady that we're gonna highlight and give some props to is Emilia Sykes. She is a Democratic state representative from Akron. She recently was kind of embarrassed because they asked to go through her bag when you actually only need to have a badge to gain access to the state house that she was going into, and she was told she didn't look like a legislator. Now, if you look at her picture, again, I mean, beautiful young woman, just everything about this picture that I'm looking at looks like someone that, has her wits about her. Forget whether she's, looks like a legislator. What does a legislator look like? White and old? Like, if that's the case,
that's what man was trying to say.
Then yeah, she probably doesn't. She's the opposite of that. But I just like the way that she carried herself. So I just wanted to just give her a shout. She was on Twitter. Said, she had some additional screening that went on. It didn't go on with her white colleague who was 65, white man, and they just let him go. And when you look at what all the mass shootings, I haven't seen a black woman shoot up anything yet.
Nope.
So
also haven't seen black women start all of these wars or separate kids from their parents. So
not only did she not look like a legislator in his eyes, but she should not have looked like a terrorist either on American soil, because we all know what they look like.
Yes up.
So again, shout out to her. I like the way she handled herself, and it seems like she's successful. Seems like she's going to be someone that we're going to be hearing about in the future. She's only 32. She's already in her third year representing as a representative in Ohio. So salute to her, and hopefully her badge will be sufficient as she starts to move through the state house in the coming months. Yeah, Filmatic, that's what we got for there. Man. So salute to all those ladies there.
Absolutely, man. The tissue cares if don't nobody else care.
That's right. Beautiful, smart, and regal in their own right, all of them. So salute to them. As we head towards this last portion of the show, we got a lot to cover. We mentioned our homie Jabari. We mentioned, B Johnson, Spence. In all of our different ways that we connect with our friends, there's been all these different conversations about Scorpion. Initially, when Infrared came out, when Duppy Freestyle came out a day later, and then ultimately 4 days later, Story of Adidon came out. We thought that we were in the midst of something that was going to be just a monumental moment in hip hop. The OG call was placed, and the kibosh was put on that Surgical Summer on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
So we may have been robbed of a moment that would have put this year in an even higher place in people's minds when they start to think about where this year stands, because right now, as we look at it, some of the biggest and best artists that we currently have that are active have put out bodies of work that, if they're not phenomenal, they're at least, good to great to,
there's a lot of fire in 2018, man.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So if you go back and look at some of the best years of hip hop, like we talked about 93, if you look at, Easy and Dre still having their drama, right?
Yep.
Loot, Tim Dog, and
Luke
that wasn't
Nova.
All of that wasn't resolved by the time Doggy Style came out. They were still kind of talking about that.
Easy come, easy.
You look at 88, another year that we highlighted, and LL Cool J was looking for the smoke with any and everybody.
Yo, he was up under it. He was looking under his own can go like, who won it?
He was talking
you see the Sharks fin?
So him and Kool Moe Dee, that didn't stop. So, but yeah, I just feel like when you look at the years, you look at, people are looking for who's going to be the dominant figure, and in order for you to dominate in a way, we used to think that you had to dominate your peers, but now it seems like the chart dominance.
Pop stars don't rap battle, yo. Except on TV with Method Man.
Wow. Wow. I mean, if you're gonna tell me that, then I'm not gonna disagree, man. But I just know
that's what I imagine Jay Prince told him.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're considering someone to be an underling, I'm sure when a guy of that stature talks about being a boss, and he's like maybe trying to coach someone on being a boss, he probably was just like, yo, I never talk to the middleman.
Exactly.
Like, your problem is with Kanye. Your problem isn't with this guy. Who is he? Who is he to you? You're about to, basically be out of your deal with these guys, and then sky's the limit. You see these deals that Jay's been putting on the boards, these past couple Live Nation deals.
That's who he's chasing. He's well ahead of Jay's pace of where Jay was when he was 28.
Yeah.
I mean, the game's different, but still, he's well ahead of that at the pace that he's going. If he continues it, he'll surpass Jay.
Yeah.
In terms of
so that's what we're saying, right? He
basically
was just like, look, is chess and checkers. You're talking to a shooter. You're not even talking to the don of that situation. Don't waste your time. Do you know what you're about to do in a few weeks? You're really about to take your career to another level. And we may not have thought it was possible a few weeks ago, but when you look at the Hot 100 top 10, and he's got 7 songs in there.
Yeah.
And then you look at the number 1 slot, and he's had God's Plan be there for 14 weeks, and then he replaced it with his own song.
Yeah.
And then that song did another 6 weeks, not consecutively, but in total. That's 20 weeks at number 1, and we're only at the, just a little bit
26
past
weeks in.
Right. So the conversations that are had aren't ones for rap fans to like. I guess that's just, it doesn't do anything for me, for him to have 7 songs in the top 10, for him to have all these number 1s. But we do care about the bars. We do care about, the music. And the one thing that really kind of jaded me about everything, no pun intended, was with the bars, I was like, y'all don't want to hear no slick talk. I don't hear none of that, because you had your chance to give all that smoke to Pusha, and you elected not to. So I don't want to hear, every song sound like Drake featuring Drake, or, preheated oven, I came out hot, or, I don't need no help. Because that's not where we're on right now. So that kind of tainted side A for me from the jump.
See, I just looked at it like his big homie told him not to say nothing, so he not. But I knew he was still gonna get his shots in, and you can definitely hear all like 8 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of bars that was directed at, but I mean, they was mostly for Ye. Yeah, like most of the dissing that I heard was for Ye. So it was just a matter of, do Pusha just let it go and just be like, I know I really won this, which clearly
it seemed like he got the OG call too directly, like he was ear hustling, and he got checked too.
Yeah, I mean,
like that ain't your boss, that ain't your uncle, that ain't your big homie. So why are you, if you're this, kingpin street dude, it's like, why are you listening to the advisement of him?
I think Jay Prince talked to people in his camp, in the good camp, and they mutually agreed to squash it, and that's whatever. But my whole thing with the album is I enjoyed it, the first part. I thought there was some dope songs on there. I probably like the song with him and Jay more than most people. It still wasn't that good, but I don't hate it. Like I heard a lot of people.
They mailed it in. I mean, I understand he has a great affinity for Memphis, and that's his second home with Houston, and DJ Paul's a legend. But it just didn't seem like what he was saying or his energy on it fit the griminess. It's a grimy track.
Yeah.
And I just didn't get that emotion from his verses. It just didn't feel right.
Well, Drake is not a grimy dude, and Jay's he's a long way from being, Jigga Jay-Z, shit you crazy,
Yeah. But even still, I mean, even just there's ways that you can kind of come off in a way that's it just wasn't like Worst Behavior, for example. Like that's a good example of him just being like as tough as he can be, right? I mean, whatever. But
Canadian tough.
Yeah, I mean, it just that one just didn't sit well with me. I liked I liked a couple other joints. Obviously, Emotionless was one that stood out.
Emotionless is fire.
Primo's Sandra's Rose.
Yes, Sandra's Rose is probably my favorite joint, actually.
What a surprise. Really felt bad.
No. Hey, do you know? Because I didn't hear no credits. I didn't know that was Primo's joint until later.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I didn't either. But he threw the little line in there, to kind of give people niggas get scratched like Primo.
Yeah, but I thought he was just.
But when he said that, I was like, I bet you that's the Primo joint.
Yeah, I didn't know they were supposed to be a Primo joint because like as much as I like Drake's music, I know when I hear a Drake album, most of it is going to be shit I do not want to hear. So I'm not reading track listings. I didn't know if it was going to be guests on there. I don't give a shit.
Pretty tight to the vest until.
But that's the thing. Like for me personally, I don't give a shit enough to even check for any of that. Like when Skyzoo album came out, I was all over that. Like who's producing, blah 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 blah. That's because that's my wheelhouse. That's what I like.
Yeah,
Drake. I like Drake's bars, but I don't care about him. Like I'm glad I like his success and all that, but I don't have any vested interest in him as a person. I don't give a fuck about his life. So it's strictly about the music.
So did you think that it was such a big deal that that he wasn't able to have his moment with March 14th closing the album, and whether that was recorded 3 weeks ago or 3 months ago? Did you care that that's how his moment kind of got ruined by Pusha?
This is hip hop. It's a fucking battle. He said something about you, you said something about him, and then it's on.
In terms of his moment for that part, because there's a segment of people that really care about the fact that he's a father.
I don't care.
So all right, so I'm just saying, with that being the case, like that's a song where he's giving you bars. Is that one that you would listen to?
No, it's a dope song. It's an incredibly dope song, but it's just the point of like, I don't care that his moment was ruined. That shit, you brought that on yourself. Like,
but do you even care that he has a kid?
No. I was surprised that like that's how I found out, but I was like, okay. He's not the first nigga in hip hop to hide his kids. He's not the first nigga to hide his kids.
But I don't even know what the hiding part is coming from.
Yeah,
like if he just didn't talk about it. Like he has his moments where he's like secretive or where he's doing things that people don't know about. Like
to me,
his albums.
I never felt like he
like this. Like everything he does is calculated anyway.
Yeah, I never felt like he was hiding a kid. Because now if he did an interview he did an interview with David Letterman, on the Netflix shit, and David Adams was like, "Do you have any children?" And he was like, "No." And then 2 weeks later, you find out he got a kid. That's hiding a kid.
Yeah,
because he was asked the question point blank, and he point blank said no.
Right. That's
hiding a kid or denying it for years and years and years.
This may be why dude doesn't do press. He's like, man,
I would imagine he because pop stars, they're always going to get the best and the worst out of people. This is what I was writing about. I didn't put it out yet, but I was waiting till we did this. He's the most polarizing artist in the country right now, bar none, even more than Kanye. Because the people that love him, they go so hard for him.
Mm-hmm.
The people that hate him, they find every reason to discredit him. And then you got people that's in the middle that love parts of what he does and hate parts of what he does. That's where I fall in that.
Okay.
Drake to me is a supremely talented artist that raps extremely well. I don't know who's always writing this shit. I give him the benefit of the doubt and says he writes the majority of it. Now the pop songs and the ones that's kind of like made for the club, that's where I believe the Quentin Millers and all that shit come in. Like 8 out of 10, I think he wrote that.
Mm-hmm.
Sandra's Rose, I think he wrote that. That shit, Nice for What? he might have had some assistance with, or the other shit, Keisha, oh, you're right, whatever that shit is. He had some. He might have. It might have been a team of niggas in a basement.
Yeah,
you know, right now. So to me, it always comes down to the music. I don't care. Like, music now is so much based about people, like fans liking the person, and then the music is secondary. And because how I grew up listening to music, the music is always first. The music is always going to determine how I fuck with you.
So are we gonna catch you listening to R. Kelly anytime soon then?
No. No, because one, I'm not an R&B dude anyway. But like that. But he had joints.
I was about to say, and you own. I know you own 4.
I owned all of them joints up through probably TP2. And I promise you, I have never heard. The only one I've ever actually heard all the way through was 12 Play, and I heard what was the double CD? The R?
The R.
Those are the only 2 I've ever heard all the way through.
Okay.
Like straight. And I can't even tell you the last time I've heard more than one R. Kelly song like in a row. Yeah, like so it's me listening to R&B music is an extremely rare occasion. So that's not, and then when I do, it has to be phenomenal, or what I feel is phenomenal, like you know, Marvin Gaye or D'Angelo's Brown Sugar or Maxwell's Urban Hang Suite, or you know, that kind of shit, you know, Stevie Wonder, you know, Inner Visions or Songs in the Key of Life. That's what I'm listening to. Drake can't fucking sing. I don't care who says what. He's not a good singer. And my feeling is, I think him and his team, whoever writes those songs, are phenomenal. Those are great songs. He shouldn't be singing them though. I always felt like if somebody else sung those songs. Who else
though? I asked you that before. I'm like, all right, you said
I gave you all the people. They would not perform nearly as well as
they couldn't do it like him. They can't do it like him.
Which is why I understand 100% why he's singing. And I also told you, even though I don't think he should sing them, I 100% understands why he does. And if I was him, I would sing them too.
If you gave that In My Feelings record to anybody, it wouldn't be a viral moment just because of
it wouldn't. He means. It absolutely would not. Yeah, and I know that. But it would sound so much better. But it would sound so much better. And that's the selfish me of just wanting the highest quality music. Yeah, I'm not. It's not about the charts to me. I don't give a shit about that. I don't care, you know, how many DBSs or whatever that shit's called when you get spins on the radio, or you know how high you chart and how many times you've been on the chart. I've never cared about that. So. That's not my interest. My interest is having the highest quality product available. And the way to have the highest quality product is to have somebody else sing those songs. Now, if I'm Drake, there's no fucking way anybody else sings those songs but me.
Right.
That's like MJ not taking the last shot.
Yeah. but like worse though.
But even MJ passed to John Paxson.
Yeah.
Like true. At you know what I mean? So at some of them joints need to go. Like, just think about if fucking him or Division or Sir sung some of those songs, like how ill they would sound. So, but to your point, they would not be the smashes that they are, and that's due to his popularity and fame and the work he's put in. He's
got some intangibles that people aren't able to.
No, he has some things, but he do his little runs and shit. He think he be killing it. like you go get him. I love this. Good job, good effort.
Oh man,
want to pat him on the head and say you did it, slugger.
So what do you think? So the first returns are out on this. Like I said, he's got the 7 of 10. He's got the 1 billion streams. What's next? I mean, the tour with the Migos is starting.
That's gonna be ridiculous. It's probably gonna be.
Does he throw in some slick talk with that?
Of course, he's gonna throw his little shots. In between songs. Don't hit me. And is he? I wonder if he's coming here. See, like Drake has the muscle. And when I say the muscle, he has the cachet of being, one of the 3 biggest stars in the world, music wise, to do a lot of shit that he could get off without actually dissing. That would be ill. Like, if I was him, I would have put those billboards in 757.
Yeah,
that's what I would have did. But yeah, I mean,
remember he paid for the music studio in North Philly.
Yeah,
it's Strawberry Mansion. I'm like, oh my gosh, what?
I would have put the billboards all throughout 757 if I was him. I mean, if you're gonna not, make a song, there's so much other stuff you could do. But I mean, that would have just sparked it. I mean, that would have been an ultimate sign of disrespect, and Push would have had no choice but to diss him again. And then I guess we right back where we started. So I understand why he doesn't do it, because it doesn't help him. Even though I believe a good portion of these streams were people anticipating and hoping that he said something.
Yeah, well,
I know my initial listen was like, yo, I think he still might be like, fuck that, and just give. But I mean, he was going to do his numbers regardless because of who he is. He's like, I don't know what people want us to say about him. Like, he's an extremely talented dude. He's not the best rapper in the world, though.
No, he's not.
Not even close. But he's a dope rapper. Like,
and he's not an MC.
Yeah, I'm very careful with not calling him that because of I mean, it's just certain shit that it's rules we abide by, and if nobody's going to uphold the rules but us, then fine. But fuck that, we are going to uphold the rules.
But that's what I'm saying. That when we get into these conversations, is like people don't want to talk about the rules because they say that that's an old nigga talking, and it's like, no, it's not. It's just, it's more so if there's a way to quantify, or there's a way to distinguish this from that. There's certain guidelines that you have to follow in order to vehemently stand on it. So if I say, yo, Phil, this isn't that, man, and you're like, well, why not? It's, well, because in order for it to be this, it would need X, Y, Z.
Checkers ain't chess.
Z. Yeah,
because there's no fucking king or queen or rook or knight. The boards are pretty much exactly the same minus the color, but they're different games. So miss me with he's the best rapper in the world. He's the most popular. He's the most successful. But best is a relative term. And I know we busting it down to semantics. That's what most people would say. But there's different layers, and there's different aspects of the game that that most people don't dive deep enough into to really be like, yo, this is this and that is that. They just want to lump everything together. This is why I still go back and say there needs to be multiple Grammys for hip hop.
Yeah, different.
Because you can't tell me Royce and Aubrey are doing the same shit.
Right.
They both rap, but it's not the same shit.
Yeah, adult contemporary hip hop.
Yeah, shit. If you could have, traditional R&B and adult contemporary R&B and R&B, like it's like there's 7 rock categories. Metal and rock and roll are the that's essentially the same thing. They just different ends of the spectrum.
So where do we stand with this? You think this is just the beginning? I mean, He's rumored to have another video that'll be coming out soon. I think it's going to be for My Feelings.
He should make videos for every last one of these shits. I'm dead ass serious when I say that. He should make this shit as big as he can possibly make it. Because why the fuck not? Like, if you made a double album on purpose, you made an R&B/rap album on purpose, you got all these monster ass songs. Run all them shits. You know, get the most out of it. I mean, if you want this to be, you know, if you the dude, be the dude. Like, I don't see it. It's not like he's already shown he doesn't have to do much to make a hot ass video and people are going to like it. Because Hotline Bling was him in a green screen with some light bulbs. You know, in a game. What was that shit? Simon?
Yeah.
So like he, you know, it's obvious people like the songs. You know, My Feelings aside, the songs are successful. So,
and he's able to not take himself so seriously too. I think that's probably one of his greatest strengths.
Yeah, like
so.
I would love to see a video for you know, Sandra's Rose or Emotionless. Emotionless video would be crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think he's made a video for one of those type of cuts in quite some time.
Yeah. I know what you mean. He always has one on the album. Too Much.
Yeah.
Look what you've done.
Yeah, make a video. Make a video about his son's song.
Yeah.
Name of that shit.
March 14th.
Yeah, so make a great dad.
But he was saying he was getting the Yamin on March 14th.
Yeah.
He was busting that porn star coochie wide open.
He was making the baby. I was delivering one. But yeah, make a video for that shit, and then show up the little nigga in all his Adidas.
Yeah, I hope not. I'm so cool off that.
But
really cool off all the videos. Really, that one would really.
I mean, the kid's out the bag, so you might as well.
He gonna be like Blanket. You mean you're not gonna see that kid's face till he's like 20.
He gonna have one of them them Daft Punk helmets.
His beekeeper suit.
He gonna have a marshmallow.
What else do we need to say about this album, man? If you had a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being phenomenal, 5 being meh.
I would have took 2 of the songs off the first one and put Nice for What and March 14th on the first one. And I would have put all the other shit in the blender.
But with In My Feelings being such a big smash, it's probably gonna be a number 1 at one point. You're saying that too? Put that in the blender too?
This me, yo.
Yeah, but I mean,
you ask me.
I'm asking you from a business standpoint.
Okay, from a business standpoint, don't do nothing to it. Leave that shit exactly how it is. Okay. People love that fucking album.
Yeah, why would you?
I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah.
But I thought you were talking about me as my personal taste. But no, but as if I'm the record company, if I'm Apple or Universal or whoever the fuck, J Prince, I'm like, yo, leave that shit exactly how it is. Let's get all this money on tour. You know,
see now he had a real good chance to be independent, and a lot of people were angry at him for signing because he wasn't able to set the precedent that he would have been able to if he just would have just stayed independent when they had the second bidding war for him, the one that he actually signed with Wayne and Universal with. Now he's maybe out of this deal. Now, do you think he really goes that lane where he just goes, all right, we're going to Live Nation, or we're going to, this, we're not doing any more label deals?
He could, if he wanted to, like, that's another reason to do all these singles. Make this shit so big that they have to give you whatever you ask for.
Yeah.
he's clearly followed the blueprint, and this is harkening back to what we talked about earlier. This is, if Jay was Magic Johnson, he's LeBron James. He's the bigger, stronger, faster version of what Jay was doing.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's not the same kind of music, because the league's a lot softer now, but he's still chipping up. He's still relevant. He's still the biggest and brightest star, even if he's not winning the championship.
It's true.
So, yeah, man, stick them niggas up. Get all your money back, boy.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, man. I like this. Despite what the homie Jazz said, I like Drake a lot. I don't care about his personal life. I like him as an artist. People act like you can't like him because he's himself. Like, and that's why a lot of niggas don't like him, because he is himself, and they so used to niggas lying to him, and that he has hitters. So I mean, it's not like like some of the shit he says, can be and often is a thing. I've heard the stories.
Yeah.
Ask some of them niggas in Toronto. They know. So it's what it is, man. Good job, Aubrey.
So as we head towards the end of the show, we wanted to just talk about some of the albums, some of the songs and artists.
The shit we actually like, you mean?
That we rock with. That it's not super underground, but it's just right.
Oh, my shit's in the crevices. Pause.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my joint so far. So for the first 6 months of this year, here are the joints. If I'm just making just a small quick playlist that I would throw on there. These are some of the songs that I think are some of the best so far. Loved Ones by Royce the 5'9" and Rapsody. I thought her verse was fantastic.
Phenomenal.
I thought what they were actually talking about in the song, how you're more prone, if you're a street dude or our culture, it's all right to keep loyalty to the gang and to the set and to the block, but not to your family, not to your wife and your kid. Yeah. I thought that was a ill way to look at that. And if more people thought that way, maybe things would be a little bit different.
You shout out your homies and hide your wife and kids.
Yeah. Yep. Expensive Jeans, Phonte put a lot of things in perspective in a very short song, but he has a good way of doing that. And I thought that was one of my favorite joints of this year too. The part where he was like, they were eating the food that killed his father at the repast after his funeral. Like he kind of that when you think about that, it's like, man, like the same food that's killing us is the same food we're eating when we're trying to celebrate life or commemorate a life. And it's like it's a vicious cycle that you see a lot. The games we play, man, just to put like a banger, it was something that we talked about with the Nasir album. We thought that something like this was kind of missing. But yeah, Kanye really gave Pusha a nice little soundscape for this, and he came through with that talk. Cocaine, Royce the 5'9" again.
Cocaine.
Front runner for maybe song of the year. 96 Bulls, Nick Grant, just bars upon bars upon bars upon bars, almost too many bars in there. 215 Black Thought. Anybody that hasn't heard that yet, shame on yourself, go peep it and you'll see exactly why. And these last two were released within the last 14 to 15 days of last year, but their projects came out in 2018, so I'm rocking with them. Once Upon a Time, Jim Jones, who has one of the actual better projects.
Yeah.
Jim's verse on Once Upon a Time, this is the most attached to the beat that he's ever been.
That's a great way to put it.
I mean, Jim didn't miss a breath. He didn't miss a note,
Once
a bar.
Upon a Time is fire too.
I mean, just the swag, the mic presence, just everything was just. I mean, this is peak Jimmy. And then
I missed them dudes when they was here, man.
Yeah. I think they're still slated to come this way. So hopefully get a chance to check them out. But it closed out the album, and Wasted Talent was actually a highlight of this year, if you ask me, as far as joints. So
absolutely.
Once Upon a Time was one, and then Stir Fry, one of the best Migos songs for my money, and definitely something that Pharrell and Chad they put their foot in that one. That's one for the ages. And it's just a stupid song, but it's a feel good song too. You're not saying anything in there, but it's just a feel good song. So those are my joints, man. Philmatic, what you got?
Nicki Boombaye and 96 Bulls. They was both up there because they just, you know, Nick Grant bars. 215, of course. I liked the Royce joint with T-Pain.
You said that.
Yeah, that was my shit. Like I just feel that.
Which surprised me a little bit. It doesn't quite fit your.
No, it doesn't, and that's why and I was like, I found myself really.
People were gonna pick the one joint on the Royce album that you didn't like. They probably would pick that one. That's surprising.
Yeah, and there's I don't think there's a song on there that I honestly don't like. Nipsey had some joints on there. Victory Lap, you know, that was rocking with that. Trying to think. Sky had a couple bangers. I didn't write none of these down, so I'm really winging it. But yeah, I could search my iTunes because I do have it pulled up, but I'm lazy. So
and then I mean, come on, you just said you just listened to copious amounts of Westside Gun.
Oh, boom, 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 yo! I mean, like you do you know? But I listened to like old shit. I listened to the Hitler series. You know, Hitler's Dead, which is Hitler's 1 through 5.
You know, they're just thinking on, especially him though. They just think on another level, and the way that they brand their thoughts is unique.
Yeah, like
I like it.
Like their brand, like their brand strategy is amazing, yo. Like they
from the visual shout to the young lady that's making their stuff.
Yeah,
their merchandise. I mean, their merchandise is great.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Just how they're actually having their projects be on streaming services the way that they are too. That's
that they recently just got added back to streaming services. Although Fly Guy's still not up there though, which was I mean I have it, you know, but that wasn't. But I listened on my drive back. I listened to. I was in the car 10 hours. 6.5 of those were listening to Westside Gun projects. You know, so you know, I shot 37 people as soon as I got out the car. Boom, 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 boom. I like it was just I listened to a lot of music, but Sky's whole project, man, was really good. I did not listen to any Migos. I did listen to Ray Shrimber, and they had some joints on there which I do not know the names of, but that I enjoyed, which was surprising for me. But probably my favorite shit in 2018, yo, J-Rock. Win, 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 win. Everything else, win. But that's not my favorite song on there. ES Tales, is my joint.
Fax me that.
Fax me that. Of course, you already. And then what else? That was probably it. Oh, of course, Daytona. Daytona is probably my second favorite project of.
I know you fool with Jericho Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, man.
We're kind of on the same on the same wavelength with that. Like the beats were good, and it was good to just have him come out with a project just without a whole lot of like.
I love L's just mic presence. Yo, he got a song with West Side, by the way.
Yeah.
L on the new album. Jericho Jackson was fire.
Like our consensus pretty much where the ones that we've talked about the most have been Daytona, Jericho Jackson, Dreaming Out Loud, In Celebration of Us, No News is Good News. Like I think we are
cocaine.
Yeah, when we Book of Ryan, when we finally look at this year and we start to look at these categories and really figure out who was who, what was what. Those are going to be the ones that probably stand out.
Stand out, of course.
No matter what comes out in the next few months,
Although there's some rumored projects that if they do happen, like this rumored Nas and Swiss album.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
I do.
Yeah, I do not. Showtime, and then a whole bunch of Nas up-tempo records. Nah, please miss me with that. 100% miss me with that. Like we know what his strengths are. His strengths aren't.
I think Swizz can.
It's secure. It's secure. It's secure. It's secure. Him and Trap, like, nah. That's what I think that's gonna sound like. Like Swizz doesn't bring the best out of anybody. This isn't 99 or 98. Like no. Like please. Let me know how that is. First of all.
It's not coming out.
It's one of those rap myths. It's not true. Didn't get the whole album together. Like they probably had some beats and he probably had some verses.
Well, in 2018 the whole album is like 7 songs. So
right, exactly. Yeah, miss me with that. But
I think there would be some fire in there. I'm ready to hear any Nas shit.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, not Nasir. You're not ready to hear that again, though.
Yeah, I was listening to it the other day.
Oh, okay.
I listened to it before I got into my West Side Gun shit.
I'm Gucci.
You're hating, man. Cop shot the kids. That
was okay. But yeah, I mean, Bonjour
is my favorite track on there.
Artists that we wanted to give shouts to, of course, the usual suspects, same dudes, Sky, Royce, Nick. But Anoyd is somebody that came onto our radar.
Yeah.
I mean, we had heard about him and we were aware of him, but we didn't quite.
Did it come out in 18 or was that?
No, that came out. Blame It on Jay-Z came out in 18.
Okay. Early. Okay.
Yeah. I think his last project. He had a couple last year.
He did the shit on LA
Time and Place. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So he's someone that's officially on our top MCs radar. Like okay, like he's as sick as anybody.
Yeah, man. And then my guys, he'll be added to this conversation, I'm sure, on Friday. So no pressure tour.
Oh yeah, of course. No, he's always gonna come with the quality.
I seen the little Instagram joint of him rhyming.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
But yeah, man, we just wanted to just let people know that the hippies is something that we value and treasure, and we're gonna definitely make sure that you can go back and check out our previous picks on.
Make sure you click the tab on tissueandtape.com.
Which is actually happening.
It's so close. I was messing with it the other day. Pause.
So yeah, we appreciate everybody that's rocking out with us. Again, excited to have this episode talk about all these different things that are going on at somewhat of the midpoint of the year. That's been a banner year when you look at this decade and maybe even post Y2K. It's definitely we're stepping into a new age. MCs and they have a lot more autonomy over their material. They're hitting the road a lot more,
which is always great,
giving you a lot more content outside of just the bars. And I think they're also a lot more conscious of their impact than they were, you know.
Who's somebody you would like in these last 5.5 months that's left? Who's somebody you'd like to hear a new album from? Obviously, it wasn't Nas and Swiss, so
no, definitely not. Knife Wonder's on record saying that Busta's new material is amazing. It's gonna
rearrange the top 10.
Yeah,
you need more people, Knife.
Yeah, I mean,
I love Busta, but
we have these.
I can't see my top 10 being
situations where
my top 10 will probably be unbothered.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
No, but I get what he's saying.
I would love for that to be the case, for him to come out with a sick project.
Now, if somebody could use some Swiss beats,
it's
Trevor Smith.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm really just looking forward to it. I mean, we got a new SP album that came out.
Ghost.
He had an EP before that came out. Jeezy TM 104 is supposed to be coming out. Maybe he'll be a little bit more focused on these last couple ones.
Yeah.
I seen it all, and the Pastor Young joint.
Seen It All is my shit though.
This song,
song Seen It All.
This hasn't been that same quality of the previous four.
No.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we'll definitely see. Church in These Streets is what I'm trying to think. Those, for a guy that had all of Jeezy's albums prior to.
Shout out to Knife though, because two of the best things that I heard in 2018.
Yeah.
2 instrumentals that he made, just he sampled the most recent one. He sampled Fire and Desire. Crazy. And the first thing, and I told him the first thing that I thought of was I could hear Phonte and Rapsody just going back and forth on that joint, which I think just would be phenomenal. And then he like a few days after Nasir dropped,
he said he wanted to remix it.
Yeah, and he sampled the same sample that Kanye used for Mercy.
Yeah.
And then he sampled Nas' voice. I'm the N, the A, the SIR. It was just dope. So that I would love to. Hopefully, something actually happens with those instrumentals, and then I would love to see that. But if I'm just wishing for an album, of course, more streams to thought. Hopefully we get some more of those. But I would like to hear some new locks. Like
that's where I was kind of going with SP. I know with Filthy America is Beautiful.
Yeah,
that was kind of like a surprise type of thing, and they didn't. Even with the EP, for no reason, it's just like they make so much material, but I want to see them kind of hone in and just like, a lot of times with the projects that come out, it seems like we just had so many songs. It's kind of see what we can do to arrange them to make them work into a project versus making a project.
Making the best 10 songs that they can make, or 7,
Right. But all in all, man, Philmatic, again,
it's been a great year so far, bro.
Great year so far. Exactly. Echoing your sentiments. But tallyandtwine.com, please check them out. Black owned, Too Black, Too Strong.
Yeah, man. Shout out to bro Randy. He gonna be out doing an event, a pre-ESPYs event. So he's be out in LA. So if you out there, go check him out. Tallyandtwine.com. Find timepieces. So you already know what it is.
Man, speaking of Too Black, Too Strong, Philmatic, the coup. They were led by Boots Riley, definitely someone that we're familiar with, and people that know about the Bay. Yeah. But yeah, he is responsible for Sorry to Bother You, that is hitting the screens now for you this summer. Lakeith Stanfield, and there goes that woman again, Tessa Thompson, starring in this one. and satire somewhat, but it definitely has a lot of messages apparently. And I'm hoping that I can maybe sneak away and catch this one.
Yeah, I definitely want to peep it. It's been getting a lot of good reviews. Although I heard, what's the the dude? He's on ESPN. He has the movie podcast.
Wesley Morris.
It's him and the other dude. I can't never think of his name. He got a funny ass name. Anyway, they were trashing it. They said they saw it at Sundance and they were trashing it. And they were saying it's the worst movie ever, which just made me want to see it more. So fuck them, man. I wish I could remember his name.
Was it really Wesley Morris?
Oh man, you're gonna make me look it up because I want to make sure I talk shit to the right person.
Okay. Well, anyway,
yeah, buy me some time, Cat Daddy.
Rotten Tomatoes gave it 95%, and if you ever ask me about has Rotten Tomatoes ever been wrong, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
like if they're in the 90s, if a movie's in the 90s on Rotten Tomatoes, chances are I'm probably gonna at least I'll give it the 20-minute rule and check it out and see if it holds my attention. But yeah, that normally means that it is
Adnan Virk. That's his name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that dude. He's Canadian.
Yeah, blame Canada.
Yeah. Like Black Panther was 97 on Rotten Tomatoes, 97%. So, if you want to use a barometer for some of the movies that have come out here lately, on that, Girls Trip was 90. So, I mean, these are some of the Black movies that have really shifted the culture in the past couple of years, and been over that. I mean, 100 million for Black Panther. That was a Tuesday, but you know what I mean. Like some of the blockbusters that have come out. I'm trusting them, so I'm gonna check it out regardless, and I'm just to support anyway. So
yeah, it's Adnan Virk. He does the Cinephile podcast.
Yeah,
he trashed it. So fuck him.
He's a Raptors fan. What does he know?
Yeah.
Filmatic, man. This was great. We got a couple more episodes in the can that we're gonna premiere, but in the meantime, take us out with the fader.
Okay, gang. And I should say I have not actually seen the Boots Riley movie, so I don't know if it's actually good or not. But I just felt some type of way that he trashed it because I felt like it was he didn't get it, and so I need to see it 100%, and I just hope like hell that is actually.
You gotta add him when you see it.
Yeah. Oh, please believe it. You already know, man. I want and I need to be banned. No. But all that being said, you know what it is, man. We the Heat Holderz. I am Filmatic 365. That's my brother Davis backwards. And you know what we do. We work for that money. We live for that love, and we die for what we believe in. This is Tissue and the Tape, home of the MC, where everything is hip hop. So please respect
Heat Holderz.
You already know.